Hello and welcome to the Sports Centre YouTube channel. Tough week. This week, obviously, the news that sadly Diogo Jota and his brother Andre Silva passed away in a horrific car accident. Obviously, you guys will probably all have read the reports. Now, I was umming and ahhing whether to do a video on this. I wanted to respect the privacy of his family, friends, his loved ones. Now, rightly or wrongly, I kind of waited and I thought, do I, don't I? And obviously, I've kind of seen the outpour of support from fellow Liverpool and fans of other clubs that Diogo Jota played for. So therefore, given my affiliation to Liverpool and my love for the club, I just wanted to kind of say a few words really. And it's just, you don't think it's real. Like, I go to the game every week. You watch these players and you hold them in such high esteem. And ultimately, these guys are my heroes, and Diogo Jota was one of those. A huge part of my life was going to watch Liverpool every other week. I can't get to the away games, so all the home games I go to, and it's a massive part of my life. I get great satisfaction and enjoyment of going to watch Liverpool, going to watch games of football live, and watching 11 men in red kick a football around a pitch. And for the last 5 years, Diogo Jota has been one of those guys. And like I say, these guys are my heroes. You hold them in such high regards, and I've seen the outpour of support and the messages coming through from his teammates, and you realise how loved he was and how much of a humble and genuine guy he seems to be. And obviously I never had the privilege of meeting Diogo, but I guess the closest thing that I have to go by is how he performed on the pitch, and also as well when you see clips on social media. And he was a huge part of the club in the background, I feel, and you get an insight of that. And some of the stuff which springs to mind is the videos that Liverpool put out on social media when the new EAFC game comes out. So they always have someone going around handing the games out with the player ratings, and because Diogo loved playing EAFC, he loved playing the game. He one year was the guy going round, and he's obviously got a character about him as well, because you wouldn't be able to do those kind of videos without having a bit of character. And as you're going round, some of the players open the boxes, they look at their player ratings, and some of them are lower than what they think, and they have a bit of banter about it. And this is where his character comes out off the field, and you see him ultimately not as a footballer, but just as a genuine person, in and around his day job, which I know is a footballer, but whilst he's around at the training ground, he's just engaging with his friends and his teammates. And I had great satisfaction watching some of those videos. They was really entertaining, and you can obviously see how much of a special connection and a bond he had with some of his teammates. And as I've been reading through some of the social media posts put out by his teammates, there was a few that stood out for me, and one of them was Andy Robertson was one iron slot. I think his words, given the fact that he'd only worked with him in a short amount of time, I thought his words was absolutely perfect. They was beautiful, and couldn't have put it much better, if you ask me. But the one that really stood out was Kieran Kelleher, so the old Liverpool goalkeeper, has now gone to Brentford. You can see how much Jota, obviously from Portugal, he's not UK based, he wasn't born in this country, he's from Portugal, and he's come over here, obviously started his English playing career at Wolves. He came to Liverpool, and you can see how he's embraced the UK culture. You know, Kelleher goes on to talk about things that they like to do off the field. You know, they used to go to horse racing, they enjoyed playing darts, and again, a testament to the guy that is Diogo Jota, that, you know, although he was a quiet guy, he liked to embrace things outside of potentially was his culture. And yeah, honestly, some of the tributes have just been brilliant. And you know, you look at the pictures that Liverpool are putting out, some of the supporters are putting out in terms of the support and the message and the flowers they're getting laid at Anfield now. You know, you see the Xbox and PlayStation controls and stuff, and stuff like that is really a testament to how kind of the Liverpool fan base come together. And I think, as I was saying, how Jota embraced stuff off the field in terms of the culture, he also got it on the, you know, when you say these words like, oh, he just gets it. And Jota got it. He got what it meant to wear the red of Liverpool week in, week out. You know, he understood the ethos of what it meant to wear that badge, and his playing style, his grit, his determination, his willingness to chase down lost causes, to never give up. It resonated with the fans, and we felt it, we saw it every week, and this is why we love him. You know, I can think of many goals that Diogo Jota has scored where he's kind of dribbled through players, and not in an attractive way even. Luis Suarez was similar to all this, you know, he had that gnarliness to kind of just kind of like drive through players, you know, in order to get where they wanted to go before putting the ball in the back of the net. And that just sums Diogo Jota up perfect in terms of obviously his willingness. He's willing to fight for the club, the fans, the badge, the shirt. It resonated, as I say, it resonated with the fans. We felt that sat in the stands, and that's the reason why he's probably got, to this day, one of the best songs on the terraces. You know, his song, when it kicks off, it goes off, and we sing it for 3, 4, 5, it could be like sometimes like 10 minutes at a time. It's just one of those songs that all the fan base know, all the fan base love, and ultimately it's because he's fighting for us on the pitch, so therefore we're showing our support off it. And I just hope one day that his family, his friends, they can find joy in how much happiness and how many special memories him and also his brother Andre give to millions and millions of people across the globe. You know, not just the people that sit in the stands, but the people that live in different countries outside of the UK and watch Liverpool week in, week out, because we all know Liverpool's fan base is widespread across the world. And yeah, the pain will always be there, but I hope one day that his family can find that joy knowing how much happiness and special memories he gave to all us Liverpool fans. So yeah, rest in peace, Diogo Jota and his brother Andre Silva. You'll never walk alone. Thank you.